So hi ma'am, this is me Ashish and I am from College Dunia. So we welcome you to our platform ma'am. So before starting with this set of questions, I would like to have a small introduction of yours. So please introduce yourself.
Very good morning, Mr. Ashish, and good morning, College Dunia. I am Pallavi Chaudhury, Department Head, School of Engineering, Srinath University. Under this umbrella, we are running four different courses: mechanical engineering, civil engineering, computer science, and electrical and electronics. Uh, Coming to my own part, I myself is an electrical and electronics engineering. I have done my graduation in the same stream, then completed my MTech, and right now pursuing PhD associated with NIT Jamshedpur in the Department of Electrical Engineering, working in the field of renewable energy.
Sure. So ma'am, it's good to know that you are still studying it. So completing your studying and you'll be proceeding towards the next set of your next phase of your life. After your PhD, you will be proceeding for the next phase of your career. So, ma'am, we are starting with a set of questions. So, ma'am, being a faculty member of engineering department, so what are your roles
Yeah,
and responsibilities towards the student?
yeah. Being a faculty member of technical side, uh,
Yeah,
I must say most precisely, uh, the things that we impart or the education that we impart to the students does not merely confine in the area of only the what the exact curriculum decided is. We have to switch over to the practical aspects as well. Like we know the technology day by day, or rather hour by hour, is improving. So if we are teaching to such an age group, the youngsters, that after completing this stage of education, they are going to step up in the very first phase of their career. So, being a faculty, our main role should be, or rather, our main role is to make them ready for that particular front. So, for that, they should be technology ready. What are the futuristic prospects of technology they should know right now, so that whatever they have gone through in the complete curriculum, in the complete course, they should be able to apply those concepts for the betterment of technology, betterment of the nation, and their individual development as well. So as a faculty, I think that our role is not merely imparting the education, but the overall growth of the student in social aspects as well, in practical aspects as well, and of course making them job ready.
okay. So it's good to know that, ma'am, you being a faculty member of technology side and you are making the student realize how to use the technology in a broader aspect for coming up there in the future.
Yeah.
So by seeing to this, ma'am, so moving on to the next question. So, ma'am, how do you tend to establish a healthy relations with the student and the fellow faculty?
Yeah, in a education sector, in being an educationist, it is very much necessary to be in an ideal role, because 60 students, a batch of 60 students, so they are somewhere in the back of mind thinking as a role model, or ideal, uh, their teacher. So it is a bit difficult to always justify this thing, and that is why it is very, very, very much necessary to establish a very healthy relationship. We have to set an example, right, with having a very good relationship with our fellows. The same students will see, and they are going to learn, and they are going to improvise these things in their coming life as well. Like I told earlier also, that we are educating youngsters, so we have to touch each and every aspect of life of theirs, so that we can mold them to be a better citizen in their later part of life. So it is very, and maintaining healthy relationship with the colleagues is of course one of those points that in the checklist that we must mark in this particular journey.
So, ma'am, it's really very good to know that you want your students, to be a good citizen rather being a robot. Just stick to your money for earning money and doing their jobs, rather being that kind of a person to be a good citizen. And also, you have very smartly answered the how you are going to maintain a good relation with your fellow faculty. So, by seeing to this, ma'am, moving on to the next question, what are your ideologies for your students to compete with in today's society? About you also know the work ethics in the various MNCs or in the various IT companies. So, how do you? What are
Yeah.
your ideologies so that student can implement in the today's society?
Uh, there are two to three things that I usually tell my students regarding these all things. First and the foremost thing that uh, they should follow their passion, whatever are their likings, what they actually want. They should follow that, because following a passion and sticking to a career related to the same always gives benefits in professional terms also, in monetary terms also, and in their own satisfaction, mental and emotional satisfaction also. So first and the foremost thing is follow your passion, and give yourself time for establishing your career. Do not try to move very fast, and lastly, uh, you should be hardworking, because day to day there is cutthroat competition. The competition is increasing day by day, so it is only the hard work that you are going to reap in the later part, nothing else.
Ma'am, you have given a summarized way of how the student should be. The only ideology or the only thing is they always have to be a hardworking citizen so that they could achieve all their
Yeah,
desires.
whatever they are doing in their life, whatever, what kind of work, it is not limited to technology side itself. uh, in fact, other courses also, whatever they are pursuing, they should give their 100% in. They should not have any kind of second thoughts regarding that. Whatever you do, give your 100%, do it beautifully at your best, and
Great,
that will give you the result.
great, ma'am. So moving on to the next question, ma'am. How does your department help the student to prepare for their higher education? And what are your
Hmm.
views upon the placement? Because the major thing that in a student's mind comes is placement. So what are your
Yeah.
views upon placement and how does your department help the student for the higher education?
The answer to both the question goes parallel, sir. First and the foremost thing is whatever course they are pursuing, be it mechanical side, civil side, computers or electricals, whatever course they are pursuing, they must know the basics of that. Even for the higher studies, even for the placement, both of the things. Like in technical side, we are having, once we move to placement side, we are having a round of technical interview also, and that is one of the deciding factors of whether the student is being picked up by the firm or not. So the technical side, your subject knowledge should be strong. uh, First thing, so our department mainly emphasizes on this. Secondly, the overall development, professional development is very much required. Our department focuses, we are having very much sessions for the personality development as well, like how you are going to behave, what are the etiquettes that you must follow, like in the during the course of this campus placement also, and once you are into the job also. There are certain set of protocols that you should follow, that you should absorb in yourself. So these all things we used to train our students. Thirdly, we used to take them out for the visits, to have an insight of what actually industry is, um, uh, how you are going to get adjusted in that environment. That you must have a general introduction, that what is the culture, what is the work culture, how the things go on, how the processes go on in the industry. So we definitely take our students for that exposure also. Then thirdly, we arrange some expert and guest lectures. We call some industry personals also to our place, so that they can guide our students on practical aspects. Like for technology side, if I say that companies are having the latest thing, but in uh, curriculum regarding theory thing, whatever course they are pursuing, we have to see the concepts also and the implementation of concepts also. But once going to the plant, or once going to the company, those persons have that idea that how you are going to apply whatever you have studied in a smart way to the in the on the floor, like I can say. So these are some of the things that we used to practice in our department to make our students ready for even higher studies also, and for jobs also.
Okay. So great upon your views, ma'am. So moving on to the next question, how do you strategize the curriculum and how often it gets updated to make it benefiting for the student?
Yeah, the curriculum that we have designed, that we have here in Srinath University, we have focused on some of the major aspects, like uh, first firstly, what technology is right now in the market. We should have some portion, some introduction of those things in our in our course. So the the curriculum has been designed in stages, right? From in the very first year, like if we talk about our graduation, so in technical side we have 4 years of graduation. So in the very first year, we give an overview of what engineering is or what technology is. So each and every student, be it of electrical branch, or mechanical, or civil, or electronics, or computers as well, so we give them a brief introduction of what engineering is in a broader way. Like every student must know every aspect of engineering, basic engineering they must know. Proceeding to the second and the third year, we focus on the very core subjects, what core subjects they are, what core fundamentals they should know regarding their own branch. And the final year is only the application part, like we are having a project work in the final year, we are having industrial training internship programs in the final year, so they can have an opportunity to absorb the things, like what are right now existing in the market. First first the fundamentals, then the basics of that particular engineering is built up, and finally the implementation part. So this is the basic strategy how we are going to how we have rather designed our curriculum.
So great, ma'am. By listening, your views are really very great upon the curriculum part as well. So moving on to the last question, ma'am. So, ma'am, what are your valuable or the piece of advice that you want to give to today's youth or the youth of the nation?
In my opinion, what I believe, see, is the first thing that, of course, I said earlier also, whatever is your passion, please pursue it. Please, and work hard in that particular area, because for success there is no shortcut.
Sure.
Believe me, you can get a bit, having some smart techniques applied, you can get a bit, you can succeed a bit, but in the long run, this won't work, this won't establish you, neither this will give a kind of self satisfaction as well. So it is always better to just work in a disciplined manner, and please do not be very self centered. Think for the community as well, think for the nation as well.
So yes, ma'am, it is really
Ultimately it comes to you, because whenever you are earning, you are doing something very good to yourself, the fruits will be visible to the society also, visible to the nation, and the world also. uh, but we must always think, we must not be very self-centered in it.
so, ma'am. Very, it was a very technical answer that you had given for this. So I would rather appreciate it.
Technical people.
Yeah. So, okay, ma'am. And thank you for your time and thank you for your precious time for giving it to College Dunia. We are definitely going to meet again.
Okay, thank you. It was wonderful meeting.